The Chevrolet C8 Corvette is one of those cars that did impress many enthusiasts upon release. The car was able to boast quite a number of amazing features, and its engine and performance was something to admire. Like many would have expected, the car's performance was something befitting of what Chevrolet really wanted to do with the C8 Corvette. But with that, many people still believe that the car had even more potential to deliver something better. To that though, the car's electronic control unit, or ECU, had to be cracked open, and that was where there was a problem, because it was simply very hard to crack, with General Motors being the ones holding the keys to make it all work. Well, fast forward to this day, and there seems to have been a breakthrough for one of those who has been trying. And if you're curious to find out who, as well as the details of how the ECU was unlocked, you'll definitely want to stay tuned for this. If you're new to the channel, well, this is Lavish Luxury. And if you've not already taken the action, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and let's get you going with some of the best luxury and finance content you can think of. Now, let's head back to what we have for you today. Usually when cars like the C8 Corvette are released, they usually come with a locked ECU that prevents tuning experts from trying to get in and make some of their own personal adjustments to it. Most of these adjustments are known to be driven towards enabling a much better performance with the car. Quite interestingly, the C8 Corvette is not the first car to get this kind of treatment, with the Nissan GT-R also experiencing something similar. When it was first released, the car was quite the catch in the market at the time, and quite a lot of tuning experts were quite optimistic about what it could offer with an extra boost. However, this was of course not easy, with Nissan keeping the ECU locked from the factory to make sure that there was no such thing as post-production enhancements made on the car. And like is the case with most cars and their ECU, you had to either stick to what you have or risk everything to crack it open with the possibility of getting nothing out of it. In simple terms, this just meant that the ECU could have nothing more to offer, and you'd get no boost to the performance, hence making it a waste of time. Many tuning enthusiasts didn't bother about that though with the C8 Corvette. The standard vet looked definitely promising from the features it had, and what made many people believe that a boost would be very possible was based on the kind of engine that it had. However, from when it was released, no one was able to crack this lock on the ECU, with the only possibility coming from General Motors offering help, and this was certainly not something they're willing to do, with GM even providing information about July of last year that they would not be offering any kind of assistance to anyone regarding it. Well, as it has turned out, one particular company has proven that even without the help from General Motors, they could still do it. Early in May, a company named Trifecta Performance announced that it had been able to unlock the ECU, having spent time mastering it on its own. In a statement by Vince Gaglia II, the owner of Trifecta, the move was one they'd been working on for a while, and it was great to eventually witness a brilliant outcome. He said, "This has been a long time coming. Today's success has its roots in a project that started the better half of a decade ago. We absolutely respect what GM has built here. GM without question put its best foot forward with the C8, and from a tuner's perspective, this car deserves nothing less than the humblest approach." He went on to further leave a lot of commendation remarks for General Motors, stating that right from when they first drove the car, they knew it was going to be a difficult task to improve its performance, even believing that he didn't think the company would be able to extract any more power from the car. Well, if his prediction was anything to go by, Vince was actually right. Even though Trifecta was able to finally unlock the ECU, they couldn't extract as much power as they would have expected to be able to help boost the C8 Corvette's performance. Instead, they were left with just exactly around what they'd started working with. In going about the whole process, the company adjusted the air-fuel ratio, ignition timing, direct injection timing, fuel rail pressure, and variable cam phasing angles. In the result derived by the company, there was not much of a difference, and in the end, all of the adjustments couldn't lead to any significant power gain. However, the case of the C8 Corvette's unlocked ECU is not one of the cases where you can call it a waste of time. Well, even though it didn't do exactly as it was expected in terms of improving performance, Trifecta still found something useful to pick from their attempt. The thing is, usually the C8 always comes with many aftermarket performance upgrades, which are known to require an additional ECU to function. What Trifecta found, though, was that these upgrades could still work with the same old ECU without any issues. As part of what they call their solution, Trifecta allows you to stick with your factory engine management system that will help to prevent issues that come with the transmission when it all but seems that the new upgrades need a new ECU. This solution is bound to help many owners to save on aftermarket management systems, as well as replacement clutches. Reacting to this, Vince Gaglia II said, "While we didn't find power, what we did find is that the C8 software largely works the same way as the older ECUs, and that we were able to modify the parameters required to make power adders work on the C8 without standalone or piggyback system." This is a very exciting moment for the C8. We're excited to share in pushing the platform forward and to have the opportunity to work with the community's members who share our passion for the C8. With Trifecta seemingly coming up with yet another discovery as opposed to what they thought they'd find, the company is now believed to turn their attention towards refining the way the car drives. And while we'd surely be waiting for what they had in store with that, we're definitely sure that as long as it's the C8 Corvette, we could yet be in for another area where the car's performance could indeed be impressive. With Trifecta also finally cracking the code for the ECU, it really is not expected to take much longer before many other companies start to explore what they can do that perhaps Trifecta missed. And yeah, we could be in for a lot of modifications coming through for the C8 Corvette. Remember earlier when we mentioned the Nissan GT-R and how it was also hard to crack its code? Well, the car's ECU finally got unlocked too, and now there are several modifications available, including ones that were not even believed to be a thing at first. The news of someone finally being able to unlock the C8 Corvette's ECU is not particularly expected to go down too well with GM, but it's really not something that will worry owners, as they could yet be in to get more from their car. And to add to that, they would also be able to save money too from the kind of thing that Trifecta showed. Away from that and into a bit of news from Corvettes enthusiasts, and well, if you didn't know already, then you should know that the 2023 C8 Corvette is already in its production phase, with Chevrolet starting work on the car around late last month. While there are already details on the car regarding what the potential features could look like, there is still nothing about the release date, though it is strongly believed that the car would be released early in 2023, especially with potential customers now able to order for the car. If you'd like to get more information on this, then you can surely check the channel, as we've got a video on that for you. What are your thoughts on the now unlocked ECU? What modifications would you like to see in terms of performance? Kindly respond in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, as well as turn on the notification bell button. Also, don't forget to check out the other Corvette videos on the channel. See you in the next video.